fight so far of the year. We've got on the 16th of March, Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to be really heated. I hope, I imagine. What are your predictions, fight predictions?
You know what? It's never whether you're big enough to fight at a higher weight class. And you got to think like Mikey Garcia has gone from featherweight. From featherweight, all the way from feather now, and now that that's at 9 stone. Now he's going to be competing at 10.5 stone. He also walks around heavier than that anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Which that is an amazing accomplishment. But it's never whether you're big enough to compete at the weights, whether you're good enough.
Absolutely.
Lloyd Hannigan always says to me as a kid, it's not whether you're big enough, whether you're good enough, right? He always says. I'm saying, I think he is good enough to compete. But as much as I'm saying that I think that he is good enough to compete, the old adjective is that a good big and always beats a good little one, right? And if I'm looking on someone like, I think Errol Spence is a very, very special talent.
He is.
He's a very special talent, and I think all the credit in the world, and I don't think this will hurt Mikey Garcia's stock if he was to lose this fight.
No,
at all, because I think he can go down. There's still big fights there from Lomachenko's still there. There are really, really good fights for him down at the lower weight class. But I remember seeing him getting knocked down by Romo Martinez, and it was a sneaky shot as well. It was like in the second round, it was like about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's like a kind of semi-pull counter right hand down the pipe that hit him and floored him, and he was down. He momentarily floored. He was like, I'm saying, as much as you've improved, and you've done stratospheric things since then.
Yeah.
But I know Errol Spence is the real deal, and he's a southpaw to boot.
He's the real deal, isn't he? Like, he has this amazing way of being able to predict where his opponent's going to be before they're even there, and then like get something in. Like, it's.
Do you know what? It's more of his patience with him. But the reason why I would pick Errol Spence Jr. is like if this fight was at 140,
yeah,
right? Then I would most probably I'll be going with Garcia. I think he'd be more comfortable around about that weight. But I'm saying you at this weight against a precision puncher, I would say like Garcia is to me top 3 pound for pound in the world. He's an excellent fighter, but I think he's going to give Errol Spence some really torrid moments in there. But I also saw when you fought Robert Easter Jr. and Robert Easter Jr., even though there's no disrespect to you if you watch it, Robert, but he was a little bit negative in there as well, and he just kind of walked you down. But if he was really gonna show me something, he should have knocked you out, and he didn't. Yeah. And because of that, I've got to say, like, you're dealing with Errol Spence, if Errol Spence can do the weight properly, this is the next. But Errol Spence walks around at 175.
Yeah.
Right? If he can do the weight properly, then I've got Errol Spence. I've got Errol Spence with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if he doesn't, you wouldn't surprise me if Mikey knocked him out.
Yeah. I mean, either way, it's going to be a really exciting fight to watch. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So you said that you mentioned your top 3 pound for pound. Who would you say are your top 3?
My top 3.
Yeah.
Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
Lomachenko. Mikey Garcia.
Lomachenko, my guy, love that.
Right.
He's a sorcerer, like.
Yeah, no, he's excellent, but I still say Terence Crawford is the number 1 pound.
Number 1, really?
Yeah, I'm taking him right down. And the next thing, I don't think his fight with Amir Khan is going to be an easy fight for him. Because Amir Khan has ridiculous speed, and I've got a lot of stick in the past, and Amir Khan calling him my name. What are you calling my name for? Don't worry about me, I'm not trying to fight you. And the thing about it is, I'm not even fighting you down. I just said, like, the fight does not excite me, like I'm going crazy over the fight. Because it doesn't. Because I was so hell-bent on seeing you versus Kell Brook.
I know, like we all were, right?
Yeah, of course you were.
Yeah.
But okay, but fair play, but it's a Trump move that he's done there. He said, listen, I'm not going to fight you, Kell Brook. I'm fighting the pound for pound number 1 or number 2 fighter in the world. Yeah. So we got to give Amir Khan all the credit in the world for taking that chance. But I've seen a regression in Amir Khan. Now, obviously, for this fight, he's going to have to be up for it. But I'm telling you, we're looking at something very, very special in Terence Crawford. He's an incredible athlete, and even more so, is like me and Dave Caldwell are pretty close, right? And Dave Caldwell said to me like, the best fight that he's seen live ever is Terence Crawford.
Really?
So he worked against him when Terence Crawford came over him and beat Mickey Burns for the WBO lightweight title. He was in the opposing corner, and he was saying that guy does some things, and that was then. And in that fight, he wasn't even confident in that fight. He was very safety first in that fight, right? And I remember I did a tactical breakdown for Sky for that fight. I think it was me and Ed Robertson did it. And when I was watching, it was actually me and Andy Scott. And when I was watching, they said, "Oh, go and watch this guy Terence Crawford." I didn't know a lot about him. I remember seeing only like 2 fights, but then they gave me a collection of fights. Watch this fight because you're going to do the breakdown. So I was watching a couple of his fights, watching his fight. And I was there with Babatunde Ajayi, the trainer at the yard. He was at my house and he said, "Let's watch this fight." We just both shook our heads and said, "Mickey Burns is going to get done."
You can spot talent, like when there's talent you can spot it, right? Yeah, Crawford, Lomachenko for sure.
Yeah. But as much as like, someone can have the talent, we're not necessarily sure about his temperament, right? Back then I didn't know about his temperament, but he showed me in quite a few Gamboa fights. He showed me he has got good temperament, and he's very poised.
Yeah, he's very poised. That's very true. Yeah, I mean, either way, that's going to be a great fight to watch as well. The only thing with Amir Khan, obviously, is like his notorious lack of chin.
Yeah, but we're saying like notorious. The next thing, when people are bullying and saying like, "Well, Amir Khan hasn't got a good chin." I think sometimes he has lapses in concentration. Watch all of his fights, right? I think Amir Khan has lapses. Danny Garcia, lapse in concentration, gets knocked out. Bradus Prescott, lapse in concentration, gets knocked out. Right? You got to look. He got set up. The Canelo fight, Canelo set him up. That was beautiful. Canelo did. Set him downstairs and then come over, thinking that you're gonna go downstairs, come over the top, boom, gets knocked out. Canelo fight, but it's still like a lapse in concentration. There's something in Amir Khan's arsenal that where he had lapses in concentration.
You think that's what it is rather than a weak chin?
I don't think you're weak chin. I think he has lapses in concentration.
Okay.
Who was it? That Scottish kid. Willie Limon. I remember him getting knocked over by Willie Limon, right? And it is like, I think where he thinks it's just like everything's too easy for me right now. It's all right, and I think because of them, then I think it's too. And then he gets cool and he goes over. I think if anybody cold lamps a professional fighter, cold lamps you probably would have shot. Then yeah, but I think if you were taught how to ride shots a little bit, then those shots they wouldn't have that same adverse effect that they have on the first place.
That's true. And also Amir Khan has a quite like, he's kept that like amateur spirit alive. He kind of goes in with like lots of shots like straight down the middle, and sometimes like maybe he doesn't work off riding and like moving.
Right, this is what I'm saying. And I got a lot of stick myself. I don't think Amir Khan's got the best boxing brain. That wasn't no disrespect to him. I'm trying to say that boxing brain where you do tricks in the ring, you set up guys to do certain things. No, to me, you are just like speed and like, oh, what was that? It's that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Where the timing to set up stuff, I haven't really seen that in your arsenal, right? And because I'm open about it, you think I'm hating on it. I'm not hating on it. I've got a lot of love for Amir Khan. I want Amir Khan to do well. I'll be delighted if he was to beat Terence Crawford. Right? I would be delighted. I just can't see it happening. That's no disrespect.
No disrespect. I'm inclined to agree with you. Spence, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us.
Thanks for coming out, man. It means a lot.
No, it means a lot.
I hope you chop up this video nice and neat, so you've got nice little sections to go put them out. Let Pep Talk keep on doing what they do, because they're doing great stuff. And everyone's got to start somewhere, and you're an educated lady. So this one I know, like...
It's an opinion.
Right, no, you're an educated lady. What did you study at uni?
Post-colonial culture and global policy.
Okay, right. And now you're interviewing an old me talking about boxing. No, but the thing about it is that the boxing is so much on the rise right now. Globally, so much on the rise. I mean, Tyson Fury signed that mad deal with ESPN. Andy Joshua going out to America to go fight Big Baby Jerome Miller. Boxing is so much on the rise. Allegedly, Dylan White has signed to go over to ESPN, right? Boxing is so much on the rise. We've got some lovely little young talent right now in the UK. Andy Yard, Joshua Whitesy, Craig Richards, right? Callum Johnson. This is just in the light heavyweight division.
Yeah.
It's crammed of talent, packed of talent. You go down the scale and we look at all the other weights of guys there right now. Josh Kelly. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, what a talent.
Right.
Josh Kelly.
Mad talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Josh Taylor. Never mad talent. You go right throughout and think like, right now in British boxing, it's just mad. Josh Warren, it's like, right now, boxing is just, it's just a fantastic time. It's also a fantastic time because a lot of it's coming from the UK, right?
For sure.
Right, so it's a great time.
It's very exciting time for boxing.
And so because it is, somebody with your IQ, your intelligence, you're coming out to say that you want to be part, you know, you're starting to work with Pep Talk as well, and like to add some flavour in it as a female and having a female perspective on it right now. We've got great things going on with Katie Taylor, got great things going on with Clarissa Shields. Boxing just, it's crazy, right? Yeah. I would never thought that I'd be famous for talking boxing. I thought because I'm going to participate in boxing, I'm going to be famous. It didn't work for me that I'm famous for talking boxing.
Such a dream though, isn't it?